Here's our first battle. We're ready to go. Starting a couple minutes late, but, you know, it is what it is. And let's take a look at the lineups that both teams are bringing. Now, I chose this one specifically because we haven't seen MLG yet. We didn't see them yesterday. We also didn't see OGFCC yesterday either. Things happened, and I was really hoping that I could get into it, but yeah, everything just got messed up. So in any case, let's take a look at today's setup. This is our first game of the playoffs for Clash of the Classes 6. 4 battleships plus something else. Can be a battleship, can be a destroyer, can be a cruiser. Point values for everything. So you want to bring a tier 9 like this Prince Ruprecht, you will pay for it by bringing lower tier other ships. So we've got Beamland in the Prince Ruprecht, Mobius in the Agincourt, Gooseneck in the Lenin, Clone Trooper in Giulio Cesare, and then in front of them is Optical in the Shiratsuyu. So they've opted for a tier 7 destroyer, but it makes sense. The Shiratsuyu's got a very formidable torpedo armament, and it also has a reload booster. That comes in very sexy. This is Trident. Let's take a look at the south. This is OGFCC. I don't remember exactly what the old guy something. Their team lineup is Cat Bosco in a Rook. We've got You Blinked in a Julio. Mustang P51 A10. I recognize that player. He's in the Congo. And then there's McGee in the Jean Bart Black. So they've chosen to bring 1 tier 9 as well. In front of them is Lo Yang at tier 8. That's VFR Motor. Lo Yang actually I think is a really good pick. I was chatting it up with somebody earlier today before the tournament. He was asking me for my thoughts on picks. It was really nice of him, by the way, to ask. And I told him, I said, look, you know, if you're going to play a destroyer, you need to be able to defeat the enemy destroyer. Doing bad things to other battleships is a bonus, but to me, you got to take out the other destroyer first and foremost. So that's exactly what the Lo Yang is there for. It's got its hydro, reaches pretty far as well. So excellent. Let's back off a little bit here, kind of get an idea of how both teams are deploying. You can see that the tier 9s are going to opposite ends of the map. Gooseneck and the Lenin is going towards the middle island. Now this is it's kind of a risky position to put a Lenin early. We oftentimes see a Lenin going to this island here, north of B and C, because it gives him a lot of good cross shots into whatever's going to A. Lo Yang does cap the B cap. Torpedoes come by. Interestingly enough, the Lo Yang is not using hydro. Oh, just barely dodges that torpedo. Now, Shiratsuyu is going to come right back in. There's Optical. Now, he also has not used his torpedo reload booster. Makes sense. You only want to use that reload booster for when you absolutely know you're going to need it, not to just luck chuck. Gooseneck just takes a chunking there from the Jean Bart. He dishes a little bit of pain back to him, but this is the problem with the Lenin. In his position right now, he's showing broadside to, well, lots of things. Congo, Rook. Was showing broadside to the Jean Bart. Paid for that. I really don't like this position of this Lenin. Really don't like that position. Alright, Optical does pick up the B cap as VFR Motor goes into the A cap with his Lo Yang. He's got his hydro banging away, smoking himself up so he can start shooting for free. We should see him take shots momentarily. He hasn't. That's interesting to see that he's not choosing to take shots. I thought he would have. Jean Bart McGee continuing to move farther forward. Alright, okay, now he's backing up. Jean Bart is a really nice pick. By that nature, so would be the tier 8. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But you know, I mean, the tier 8 French tech tree battleship. The Dunkirk at tier 6. They're all good ships because their turrets are in the front. It allows you to just bow on to the enemy and not worry about trying to unmask a rear turret. Gooseneck now turning south again. Not quite sure the decision making behind that. Ruprecht has some torpedoes coming for him. Those are Lo Yang torpedoes. Now he wisely has his hydro running. Also puts up his DCP. Lo Yang torpedoes don't really hurt, although they can cause you to change course, direction, stuff like that because of threats. You blinked as broadside to the Ruprecht, but I tell you, these shells just don't look like they want to come anywhere near their target, so oof.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
5 minutes halfway through the game, we have not seen a kill yet. Although torpedoes coming in on the Congo and the Jean Bart. Ooh, Congo dodges, but the Jean Bart does take a torpedo. He is flooding and healing, but he doesn't have a DCP available. And just because of that, he will die to Optical second rack of torpedoes. That's the power of torpedo. Reload booster Shiratsuyu. Nice. That's awesome. Good play there by Optical. And with that, OGFCC loses their main battleship. Their tier 9. Mustang is now forced to back off. He knows the Shiratsuyu is up there. He knows the Julio is up there. Also, Rook. Something happened to the Rook. Interesting. You can see his turrets are even facing the wrong way. So this must have been one of those, gamer turns right in front of the Ruprecht Agincourt Lenin. Get out of there. Lo Yang gets the A-cap. Lots of destroyer movement this game, which is nice to see. You don't have destroyers just sitting in one spot and just kind of expecting to, have the enemy feed them. They have to go to the enemy. Mustang turning north again. Realizing there's a lot of hate over there. Nice torpedoes from the Lo Yang, though. Takes down the Agincourt. Brilliant torpedo salvo. Wow. That's a really good clip moment. If anybody's looking to make some clips, I'd really appreciate that. That would help tremendously. Wow, that was a really good torpedo salvo from that Lo Yang. Ah, that's why he's rocking the 6.7s. Now, that's a shorter range, but they do far more damage. Wow, those shells looked like they were going to kill the Congo, but that did not happen. Very interesting. This is a very close game, guys. Let's just pause for a sec and look at the score. 2 minutes to go. 2-minute warning coming up. Technically, OGFCC is in the lead, but Mustang is definitely in trouble. We'll probably be the next one to die. The question is, can the Lo Yang make something happen? Optical firing over the island there, gets himself detected backing up a little bit too far, but he does force out Mustang's DCP, which is really all he needed to do, because now Clone Trooper just has to set a fire, and that's it. We've got just a few seconds left for the fire, for the field to come up. Prince Ruprecht has his Hydra going, so that's going to cause the Lo Yang to be detected across the island there. His idea of YOLO charging the Lenin is not going to work this time. Ruprecht's secondary is now getting in on this action. There's the fire that will ultimately kill Mustang. Actually, the double fire, because he's not running fire prevention. Ta-da! There he goes. Wait, did he have Yamamoto? He did. Yamamoto and... Okay, well, whatever. At this point, I kind of feel like you got to make a play. You blinked and the Julio continuing to back off. Oh, Gooseneck was ready with HE in the barrels. VFR motor panics, fires off his torpedoes. Island eats 3 of them. That's oof. And now, of course, Ruprecht secondaries are going to just chew up VFR motor. And there it is with 6 seconds to go. Lead change. And congratulations to MLG for their first win. Got to get my death pick. There we go. And let's go ahead and update. Now, I believe this is a best of 5. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2, MLG versus OGFCC. Best of 3. This first matchup here. So let's take a look at lineups. I think they're the same. We've got ourselves Prince Ruprecht and secondaries, Agincourt with secondaries, Lennon with Tanky Tink, Julio with just, you know, kind of guns and things. Guns and things. Yeah, we'll call it guns and things. That could work. Guns and things. All right, moving on to the other side is OGFCC, and they've got themselves their own secondary Ruprecht. So they did change the Tier 9 out for the Ruprecht instead of the Jean Bart. Probably a better choice. Although, interestingly enough, he's buffing his main batteries in the first slot there, and then the main battery reload. Alright, and you can see there, he still gets a really bad roll. 630 hit points for the torpedo. There's Mustang in the Congo. You blinked in the Julio. And Captain Bosco, once again, in the Rook. Oh, the Rook is running Furious. Okay. A lot of people like to try running Furious to get a little bit more DPM. I don't know that it's necessary. And then we've got VFR motor in the Lo Yang. Let's back off and take a look at the overall setup. Of course, we have to go look at the awesome trains. Becoming a thing now on this channel. If we get on this map, we gotta watch the trains. Choo-choo. Anyway. Let's get back at Shiratsu going for the middle cap. Lo Yang going for A. And then battleships kind of just vomiting off in different directions. Alright, let me get the next Stream Raiders up. We failed. We'll have to try again. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Okay. Go. Too many windows. Alright, motor does get into A with the Lo Yang, no problem. Optical goes into B. Now, the thing about Optical's position that I like is, once he gets the B cap, he can just hit W and go right to C cap and grab that for free. And it looks like that's what he's going to do. He's going to catch a glimpse of McGee's Ruprecht in a moment. 2 shells coming in on you Blink's Julio. Are they gonna connect? A little bit of chip damage. Alright, now that McGee's been detected, you can see that Optical has gone ahead and dumped a torpedo spread. McGee started turning in pretty quick. So from his angle, you'll see he's going to end up with some torpedoes to dodge. Although it looks like because he's turning more, he'll probably be okay. He is slowing down though. Optical does use his reload booster, gets a second round of torpedoes out, realizing that the first will not connect. He's probably thinking that McGee's Ruprecht might feel safe knowing that one salvo of torpedoes has just passed him. A lot of people forget reload booster is a thing with that Shiratsuyu. Bone Trooper does not care about Ruprecht's main batteries. Torpedoes are going to miss. So, just like that, OGFCC grabs the B cap after grabbing the A cap for free. And Optical now has found himself stuck in C. Now look at Ruprecht on Ruprecht action, and you can see we already have that one low health torpedo tube has already been destroyed. Let's take a look at the torpedo health on this Ruprecht. Much lower. You can see the difference there with main battery mod instead of auxiliary mod. Still, ship like this, I think it's... We talked a lot about this on my replay theater. You're probably better off going for auxiliary on the Ruprecht anyway, just because of how common the torpedoes do get taken out. So, McGee's in trouble. Very, very, very much in trouble. He's already used his heal. He's got a DCP available in 2 seconds. Ouch, that was a big hit from, I'm guessing that was Gooseneck's Lennon. I'm surprised he hasn't DCP'd. He's still burning in 2 places. He needs to DCP. Why is he not DCPing? There he goes. Very, very, very delayed DCP there. Maybe he was trying to make it so that he could possibly go dark. That's probably what he was thinking. We missed it. Optical. Looks like he took some torpedoes from the Ruprecht for his trouble. And there goes McGee. Yeah, I think he was trying to not get set on fire again and try to go dark. That's why he delayed the heal. Optical being quite low though. If I'm OGFCC, I might at this point just tell my Lo Yang, just go kill him. I mean, he's the best ship suited for going in and getting that kill. Gooseneck's starting to move forward now to get into the B cap. Because technically they are losing, even though they're up one ship. They took out the tier 9 because of the fact that they don't have any caps. Matter of fact, it looks like the Rook, Captain Bosco, might just pick up the C cap. He does. So now they've got all the caps. Here comes another Gooseneck salvo. Could have been a lot worse. Lone Trooper now hitting the W key. Agincourt hitting the W key. They're all going in, trying to make something happen.
The enemy is about to win.
I'm surprised Optical is still sitting there. Nice hit again from Gooseneck's Lennon. Oh, good hits on Beamland's Ruprecht from range. That's you blinked. So if I'm Captain Bosco, I'm stopping here. There's absolutely no need to push. You just sit right here and threaten. Also get your heal up. That's exactly what he's doing. There's the heal. And you blinked. I'm waiting for the next salvo, but it looks like he's been called to shoot at a full health or near full health Lennon instead of trying to go for the kill. I think that's a big mistake. Take the Ruprecht down. Why wait on that? I think that's a big mistake. Still focusing on the Lennon. I mean, I get it, he's broadside, so that could work. Not doing anything, though. And Mustang is going to go down brilliantly right here. Is he looking at Agincourt at all? No? He's not even looking at the Agincourt. He's looking at the Julio. Doesn't matter, he goes down. Clone Trooper now being shot at by Lo Yang in the smoke. Now, Lo Yang is making a big mistake here. He's shooting at the same part of the ship. Look at his shells and where they're hitting. What he needs to do is he needs to shoot the rear or the bow of the ship. Try to get another fire going someplace else. Ruprecht torpedoed the Rook. I guess Cat Bosco forgot that Ruprecht has torpedoes. That's unfortunate. 2 ships thrown away, and just like that, this best of 2 series is basically decided. Oh, VFR lingered a little bit too long, and now you can see what happens. Everybody just wants him dead. So yeah, big mistake in letting that Ruprecht live. I don't understand the decision to pull the Giulio off of shooting him. Especially with the Rook creeping up behind, forcing that Ruprecht to go forward. It absolutely looked like they were trying to make a kill zone, and it just didn't work out. Nice job with the Lo Yang, by the way, on that gun kill for the Giulio. Like I said, it's way too little too late. Probably not going to matter. Gooseneck, who they focused so much of their time on, is still sitting at like 3/4 hit points right now. So, yeah. If I'm the Lo Yang, I got my Hydra going. I'm just hitting W and trying to find Optical. My guess is they have no idea just how low Optical is. They do now, because he's spotted on the Hydro. But it doesn't matter. This game is all but over. 5 seconds to go. Go ahead and get myself a death pick. Alright, and we did find a game 3. Alright.